I've learned by trial and error that you need some plastic. I just use cling wrap on the surface that you're going to do this with, because otherwise you and the cat and the claw clips all get bonded to the surface, and once that super glue gets on a table or whatever, it stays forever, unless you get the industrial strength solvents to get rid of it. It does irritate me that, it irritates me, and I'm hard to irritate over cat things, but it irritates me that my table has little smears of super glue on it, so we're going to be using this cling wrap to prevent that. So these are the clear ones. We're going to use clear ones today on this Burman, just so it doesn't, it blends in a bit better, but you can get them in black and white, or you can actually get them in orange, gold, all sorts of colours. The bright red ones look really good because then it looks like the cat's been dipping its nails in blood, but we won't perhaps talk about that. They come in different sizes. This is the small and this is the large, and the people have spent a lot of effort designing it so that they slip on quite nicely. So if you want to practice putting the nail caps on without the permanence of the super glue, because you really only get one chance with that, it is pretty easy and we'll show you. You could practice with some sugar syrup or some maple syrup, something that's sticky but only temporary, and you can practice putting a little dot of it in there and the holding of the nail in the right position so that the little cap just slides on. It's not hard, but it is a little bit of a manipulative skill. So the preset in general, we need the cat, which we'll get out in a moment, but we're going to be putting the super glue, just a couple of drops in there. That's the tricky part. You need to put in just a bit more than 2 small drops. What you want is enough in there to connect with the nail as the nail gets pushed in, but not so much that it flows out the top and captures the cat's hair and the nail sheath and those sorts of things that are going to bother the cat. So there is a bit of an art to it, and it is the point at which you get stuck to the table or the cat or the hair or whatever. So this is the only part that needs practicing, is putting the goop into the nail cap and then sliding the nail cap on. So we'll show you that in a moment with the cat. So this is Merlin, and he's a fabulous Burman. However, Burmans do really enjoy clawing up couches. It's one of their proficiencies, and it seems to be fairly characteristic of them. My own personal Burman has done an excellent job on our lounge. It's a very, very decorative piece of equipment now. However, not everybody appreciates the artistry. So we're just going to check that the nails are not too long. And the key to doing anything with cat's nails is to utilize the mechanism so that I'm pushing on the bottom and on the top at the same time. So the mechanism pops that nail out. We're just using the mechanism. It's not painful. It's a nice elastic mechanism, so as soon as you let go, it pops back. But the key to it is to get this nail out so that none of the hair, and this is the challenge, none of the hair gets caught in the super glue or the cap. So we're only going to do these 4 nails, although if you have other hooking problems you might need to do the dew claw as well. So, okay, so we go. And there's a boy. Okay, and there we go, and you can see it's touching this nice, the sheath. This is the nail bed sheath. It's touching that, but there's no hair trapped. Okay, this is the nail bed sheath again, because you might not have noticed it. You don't want it going over that. So here we go, get rid of the hair, and over we go. Okay, and then just check that no hairs caught. There's a good boy. Okay. This one, I'm trimming away. I know, darling, that's a little bit sore, isn't it? Because you've got a bit of arthritis. You need it to be nail-shaped. Okay. You might try little black ones. These are just very tiny ones, just for the very tips. And he might be more comfortable with that. Okay, the super glue is going to hold it on. There's a good boy. There's a good boy. So, there's a good boy. There's a good boy. In general, you only need them on the front feet because most people are trying to prevent their furniture from being damaged, and it's the front toes that claw there. However, some of them need it on the back feet as well if the reason you're doing it is to prevent damage when the cat's rolling and fighting, or one of those issues. I have declawed in the past, before these soft paws were available, declawed cats that were, when they sat on the owner's lap, they were just doing the kneading with the front feet, and they'd also leap off with the back feet. Nothing unusual about that, except the owner had a lymphatic drainage problem, and every time the cat did that, they'd end up in hospital. So for those reasons, because in Australia declawing is illegal unless the cat is otherwise going to be euthanized, so I did declaw, but these days you'd probably put nail caps on all 4 feet in that situation.